Yeah, buddy. Episode 20 right here. You heard that new podcast. My name is LowKey. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment to this page. This is episode 20. This is a monumental thing. To my right is my partner in crime, like usual. What's your name? Where you from?
Joshua Christie, from Brooklyn, New York, by way of Queens. I love long romantic novels.
Yeah, all right, cool. We're not doing that. All right, we're not doing that because we got somebody serious in the fucking building. This motherfucker to my right also gave me hell online. He would always give me hell online.
Wait.
Continue to give me hell.
Wait. St. John's Zone.
St. John's for sure.
Let's talk about it. Class of 03, freshman class of 03.
There we go.
I did not graduate. I was a demon.
Freshman orientation, July 18th, 03.
Yes.
That was a legendary class.
Yes.
We got our very own
Money Making Matt. I'm here.
Buddy.
I'm here. Good to be here.
Money Making Matt, man.
Yeah, obviously me and LowKey go back forever.
Decades.
Definitely been giving you hell online forever.
Rightfully so.
Good.
I love it, man. You take it well.
Right.
Some people get real personal about it. It's like, bro, I'm joking around.
Listen,
we know each other in real life.
Listen, man. Matt used to come from my critiques in music. He used to come from my picks in music. He used to just come from just shit I be saying, like, yeah, you know, I love this type of food. Like, nigga, shut your bitch ass up. No, but it was like he said, like, we know each other in real life. We've known each other for a long time. So it's always been mutual respect. You know, he knows how to get under your skin. Yeah. But you get under the skin of the people that you fuck with.
Absolutely.
If you're not really fucking with people, if you're not getting the time of day, I'm not even gonna follow you. I'm not even gonna like dip into like what you got 100%. Going on. And you know, we could say that as humble and loving as our relationship has been, because it has brought us right here after maybe 15 years we've known each other.
Yeah.
Almost 20.
Almost 20.
Yeah, I mean we've seen each other from
surf club days.
Chasing cash. Like it's been a long time coming. Just watching him progress in his career to where he's at right now, and you know you can say the same for myself and the things that I've been through. So this is a full circle, because this is a blog era type situation that we got going on.
We started together for sure. You were starting your journey.
Yeah.
With you heard that news when we were trying to figure out what our place was going to be in the music industry. From the coal side to the surf club side, we were all just like wide-eyed kids kind of at the time. Yeah. That had some talent and trying to figure out how to really monetize it and take the shit as far as we could.
And the funny thing is, like, we were just everybody in their equal right were somewhat snobs. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because one, we loved what we were doing, we loved what we were chasing, and we loved what we already knew. Yes. And we were eager to tell the world or the industry about what it is where we come from, what we do, what we love, who's around us.
Everybody was the insider.
Yeah, everybody was insider. But there were certain niggas that were that called.
We were true students of the culture, and to where it's like even guys like B-Dot. It's something that you've seen from the day you met that person to today. It's like, oh, they've always been that person. Been trying to be on the inside and figure these things out. Yeah. So I think that it just goes to a testament of we were all kind of essentially kids growing up in the same era.
And I like the term you used, we were wide-eyed. Yeah. We were, you were very fresh to what this internet thing was. 100%. What this blog thing was. 100%. What is this? Oh, we can tap into fans quickly. We can,
I remember signing up for Twitter being like, what the hell is this?
Shit was the Wild Wild West.
I think it was 2008 is when I signed up. That's when I was working at BET, and I was at the BET Awards, and I'm tweeting. I don't know what a tweet is, and I'm just sitting there. We were just sitting there what the fuck, how
I had Twitter when you had to. It was through just text before that.
That's when I had it.
So I had it. I didn't get on Twitter till 2009.
Okay.
And I think that was the first year we did South by Southwest.
Yes.
And it was big. It was everybody down there was like, what's your Twitter?
That's when you had to be out there.
What is a Twitter?
We ain't bro, I would have never thought that this is what Twitter would have been. When we got into it, I didn't know.
I knew that's what it was.
No, I had no idea. You can't tell me anybody had an idea.
A lot of people knew, because it's just you look at the proliferation of Facebook, and you're like, all right, you see where it could go. And then around that time with Facebook, that's when Facebook started to change, and they started letting people that weren't college students on. So Facebook became the dirty place that you only saw your mom or your pops or your crazy aunt.
But the thing is, like, Twitter never had exclusivity. Facebook had exclusivity.
See, but the thing with Twitter, when you first started, Twitter, you had to know Twitter. You had to know of Twitter, and you had to know people on it to know what it was.
Yeah, to even get followers.
Yeah. And then to get followers, it was difficult. So that around those times, from like 2009 to 2012 was like the wild west of Twitter.
That's when it was fun.
It was fun.
We was having fun. Like,
I got in a lot of trouble.
It was
I got
fun.
mad trouble. Like, Ice got in trouble fucking with Bow Wow.
What's his name? Whatchamacallit? Avery Storm from he threatened me. He's like, I got rappers threatening me.
Rappers threatening me. I had
regular people threatening me.
I said something about a Shine and DMX song one time. And it was just like, what the fuck is this? Nobody wants to hear this. My boss walks in and she's like, Matt, you know we publish Shine and DMX? And I was just like, oh,
you were at Universal still?
I was at UMPG and I'm like, oh, let me delete this right now.
Because we didn't know like who had it and who was following it, and to what extent of like how important your thought or my 100%. Thought, like we didn't know how important it was. And I just really started to understand, like, you know, when I was at BET tweeting about shit and just, like, disrespecting niggas and this, that, and the third. And people was like, yo, bro, like, you can't talk like that. And I had to really understand, like, nigga, if you're not going to say it to their face, don't tweet it. Don't get on video saying that shit. And I think that's one of the most important things that Twitter has taught me.
I had to take myself off Twitter for a while because I'm the type of person that will say the same shit that I tweet to somebody's face. So, like, I'm like, before I just start going out here just saying outlandish shit just to say outlandish shit, let me remove myself. But before we go off on tangents, let's talk.
No, but it's always good to let them understand what this is, so that it's just not just you know, they're just interviewing, you know, whatever. Like, we know each other, right?
Yeah, no, that's you guys know each other. Matt and I have people in the same fucking circles for 26 years.
Yeah,
we may have had some classes together. I was drunk.
I didn't go to class. So, yeah, we had classes together. You ain't see me there. I remember I tried to take a midterm one time, and my teacher was like, you've never taken this class before.
Said I tried to take a midterm one time like it's like mushrooms. I tried to take mushroom one time, and it didn't really work. I mean, nigga, you're supposed to be in here.
What it was I had my roommate had the same class. He took it at like 8 a.m. I took it at like 1.
Okay.
So he's like, yo, make sure you go today is the midterm.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, bet. I walk in and she's like, I've never seen you in my class.
What class was it?
This was like a history class.
I was about to say, it's like one of the theology classes.
Was
it like your freshman year?
History class, freshman year.
Okay.
And I'm just like,
freshman year, I was on academic probation after the first semester.
So was I.
Damn. Y'all niggas was.
I have no shame in telling people this, because obviously anybody who knows me knows I'm a highly intelligent person.
Yeah.
I had a .07 GPA. I didn't know that was possible. To have a GPA.
The .7, you did something.
Yeah,
you did something, right?
It was
0.7.
I know, .07.
.07, not even .7.
So was it? It was probably Discover New York.
Yes, but I failed that too. I got a D. I didn't go to anything.
All right,
so that's how you got the 7.
Yeah,
because you got a D. Okay.
Real quick. Discover New York. When you went to St. John's, it was a really stupid class that they forced everybody to take, where you had to go and discover New York.
You learn about the city.
Oh, you had to go out, like physically go out.
No, not all the time. It was them talking to you about the city, things to do, Metro cards. They give you the history, and then they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go see a play."
If you had a good Discover New York teacher, you did a bunch of shit in the city. My Discover New York teacher was a motherfucking track coach. So all he was doing was sitting there telling us about the guy who designed the streets and the subway system and shit.
That's not bad information enough.
Yeah, but if you're taking
that's not why I was here.
I had Discover New York at like 7 a.m. in the morning on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
You was probably discovering New York on the weekend.
I mean,
he's from New York. He's already discovered this place. So that was the other part. I'm like, y'all are from here. Y'all should be acing this class. I don't know shit about New York.
I didn't give a fuck.
No, neither.
My first semester at St. John's, it was like true freedom for me. So I was just out chasing ass and now
if you felt freedom, imagine how much freedom I felt being 3,000 miles away from my parents.
Yeah.
And like I remember that, to where it was like waking up one morning, not wanting to go to class, probably hungover. And then I'm thinking to myself, nobody's going to call my mom.
And nobody's going to knock on my door, get up.
But
until FAFSA goes to your mom and is like, yo, hey, all those scholarships.
So that was the blessing in disguise for me, is my mom worked at USC.
Oh, okay.
So they actually paid for me to go. So I didn't have to turn in, like my mom didn't find out I was getting put on academic probation and getting kicked out of
until
St.
like
John's
a year later?
until my full first year was done.
Okay.
Shit.
So like me being on academic, they weren't sending my GPA home. Like they were
sending it to you.
They were sending it to me. It's to my mailbox.
Yeah,
like,
you're the adult. Like I'm not sending that shit home. So wait, all right. So you don't. Your mother or your parents get notified the first year that you're getting kicked out or you're on academic probation.
Yeah.
What's that conversation like? Is it over the phone? Because you're
it was in person.
Okay.
So I went back for the summer.
Right.
It was in person.
Yeah.
And luckily for me, I had my plan already. So I had started to put things in place to go to recording school.
Okay.
So I basically just had to come back with a plan. I knew that about my parents. And I knew they would let me have a long enough leash as long as I had a solid plan and as long as I would be checking those goals off of the list to get it done.
Understood.
So I started that process. Actually, even before recording school, I told them, I was like, I'll go to Queen Center Community College, get back in school. They got a whole little program or whatever. Same story. I wasn't going to class then.
Right.
And then I figured out, I needed to figure out what I'm passionate about.
What I want to do. Because I can't keep repeating this cycle.
And then it was just I knew I wanted to be an A&R, but no labels were hiring you unless you had a school. You were getting an internship.
Yeah.
And by that time, I'm kicked out of school. So I'm like, I can't even do this. Yeah. So my biggest way was okay, find a way to get in the studio.
Okay.
And then I found out about this school named SAE.
Yep.
And the illest thing about SAE is they gave you a laptop and a Pro Tools inbox when you signed up. So I'm like, shit, I'm really going to be learning on the fly.
Yeah.
What'd you do with your St. John's laptop? You gave it back to him?
Had to.
Kept it. Oh.
Had to.
But they gave you.
We were the.
I thought you were going to say, a lot of LimeWire, a lot of Bear Share, a lot of Audio Galaxy. I know, but
you use LimeWire to download the whole joint.
I didn't know you could use LimeWire for porn.
Yes.
I didn't know back then, but yeah, continue on.
We were the.
I found ways. I got my ways now. My ways are pretty solid right now. That's crazy.
Wow, the ways are they're called Twitter.
Right,
find the right account, you good. Yeah, no, we were the first class when we went to St. John's. We were the first class they gave laptops to, and we all
everybody hated us. Every older student hated us because you niggas got IBM.
It was was there a reason why, or that was just a new thing?
I think that was just things schools were doing.
And St. John's had created the new dormitories for freshmen.
Yeah.
So everybody hated when we were freshmen. The ones that lived on campus, they hated all of them.
So y'all just got the new makeover. Of St. John's at that point.
And now they're all getting MacBooks and shit, and MacBook Pros,
I mean, they can afford it. St. John's.
MacBooks?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and not even the chump MacBooks. They're getting the terabyte with the 16 gig.
I give a nigga an iPad, man.
You got an iPad and an iPad pencil, my nigga. Have fun with that shit. All right, so the plan that you have, you're at SAE.
Yeah, so I went to SAE for a year, and I did complete that because it was something obviously
that you
cared
about
to
do and I wanted to work towards.
Right.
And from there, I couldn't get a job in New York, where it was just I don't know where to go.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine had introduced me to this guy she interned for at Capitol Records.
Okay.
And he was on his way out of Capitol, but he was like, "But I know a job for you, and I'm gonna hook you up with my friend Ed." Ed was a studio manager at this place in Burbank called the Boom Boom Room, which was a studio owned by Will Smith.
Okay.
So that was my first job in the music industry at 19, fresh from New York, back in LA, and I'm just sitting there at a studio every day, going to get Tim and Bob and Rodney Jerkins.
So you were a gopher.
Yeah, I was a runner.
Yeah, so I was a runner at Sony Music Studios.
Yep.
So
I was a gopher at Warner Music.
Yeah, I was a gopher at Sony Music Studios on 57th Street because I had an internship at Sony Music and I wanted to be an A&R. So I was sitting in on sessions with Birdman when they were doing the whole Cash Money Rough Riders thing. So I was watching Eve and them do their shit. So I understand. I'm pretty much in the same thing.
Yeah.
Because I was at Morgan State at the time.
Okay.
And then I had transferred to Howard. But in between summers, I was doing a Sony Music, internship. Gotcha. So I totally relate to
You're lucky. That. I could not. I interviewed with Sony for an internship like 8 times.
Oh, that was nepotism. My father worked at Sony.
Oh, yeah.
That's
forgot.
All it was. Yeah, that's all it was.
We love nepotism.
Fucking nepo.
Yeah, that's all. That's
nepo babies over here.
That's literally all that was. Shout out to Raymond Ivy. Thank you. He gave me my first experience inside a studio. But it let me know like what the A&R life looked like, what a mixing engineer looked like, what a recording engineer looked like.
Absolutely.
Watching niggas produce records in real time, watching niggas record records in real time. Yep. So that experience got me to understand like, okay, I want to do something like this. I want to be involved with something like this. So I understand exactly, what that was for you as well.
Yeah, no, it was a great time. It was a great way to learn this industry too, because you're really seeing it from the ground up.
Yeah.
And you're seeing, there's people that I remember seeing Bruno Mars come in to write for a girl group that my guy Slam, who was an A&R bad boy, was trying to develop. And it was just like, okay, who's this? The Asian guy and his black friend Phil.
Yeah.
And Phil's one of my close friends now, but it's like, they were just there writing these songs for these girl groups, and then 3 years later, he's the biggest thing in the world. And I'm like, bro, this guy was catching the bus to the studio.
Yeah. And I mean, that's usually how all these kind of stories start off.
Yeah.
You're on the subway.
Yeah.
With your notepad or your guitar or whatever the fuck, with your, NPC, whatever the case is. And it's like, you've probably seen so many stories or so many artists that we, revel today. And that love today that were in those studio sessions or that have come across your desk
100%.
or been in the offices that you've worked in.
Yeah.
And I know you have plenty of stories.
For days.
We'd
be here for 3 hours.
Exactly.
So you leave St. John's, you go back to Cali. Mm-hmm. How do you get back with Ebe and Cole and all of that?
That connection never stopped, to be honest, because we weren't the closest in school.
Yeah.
We became close after school when we all kind of realized we were all chasing towards the same thing. I remember discovering Cole's MySpace page and discovering School Days on there and thinking to myself, I couldn't imagine rapping about school, but this nigga made it dope. And then while I was working at the Boom Boom Room, a friend of mine, she went to Loyola Marymount in L.A., and she ran the Pan-African Society at the school.
The Haraya.
Basically, of them. And she was like, hey, at the time Cole had the Come Up out, first tape. And I used to listen to it in my car all the time.
Right.
And she called me one day, she's like, hey, I have $1,500 to have an artist come perform. Do you think your friend would come to LA and do that? I was like, okay, let me call him and ask him. And he was like, hell yeah, I'll come to LA. And I think he spent all $1,500 to get to LA.
Listen,
I want to say Adam had to chip in to get the hotel because the $1,500 only covered the flights for him to eat.
Listen, however you gotta do, bro.
So they came out to LA and he had his first show at LMU, and it's funny because he's performing. He performed Lost Ones at that point. Lost Ones is not even out.
Yeah,
nobody knows.
It's
not even a thing. It's just, but he in his mind, he's already working on the song, perfecting the song.
Yeah.
So he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna try it with these kids and see what they like.
Yeah.
Now it was amazing. I still have people to this day that will hit me and be like, yo, I was at Cole's first show at LMU.
Yeah.
You were amazing. You guys are so cool and so fire that you guys have made it this far. Because you're at college, you see an artist come up, you're like, who is this random local rapper?
Yeah.
Niggas used to come to St. John's all the time.
I used to be the one that helped book all the acts at St. John's. So yeah, we would have random rapper number 5 come through and open up for Rem or somebody.
Right.
Well, so all right, so I don't even want to skip. Let me just go back to a little point that maybe people may ask. How does that relationship between you, E, Cole, how does that start?
So me and Cole were actually suite mates for orientation.
Okay.
So in Donovan, where we had orientation, was you were at 3x3 rooms and you share a bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys were in the 3x3?
No, but just for orientation.
Oh, okay.
I actually stayed in Donovan when I moved. I actually came for a semester. But I think he was in Hollis or some shit by the time school started.
Freshman orientation, I kicked my roommate out.
Yeah, you're hilarious.
Why are you kicking? How do you even have authority to do that?
Well, because he was in state orientation. So I think
no, but I was there. Yeah, but no, I was there because you went to that one. I'm talking about the one over the summertime where you had to spend the weekend.
Our shit was like August. We spent the weekend, but like my mom was there with me. Cole's mom was there with him.
Okay.
So it's like, but your parents don't stay in your room with you.
Yeah.
They're staying in another room with other parents. And then
in the same
dormitory.
Oh, okay.
And then you're staying with somebody you may be a roommate with or not. They don't tell you who your roommates are going to be yet. Yeah. So Cole was my suite mate. We weren't in the same room, but we were sharing the bathroom at that time. And then when we got to school, we had separate friend groups, but there was always like a mutual respect because of that connection from orientation.
That experience,
and then, so it was always that respect of just like niggas would say, what's up? You know what I mean? I had a completely different friend group. I mostly hung with upperclassmen, which was like my thing just from growing up. Like I grew up,
being around older
all
people.
All my cousins were older than me, so I was always
that was your foundation.
Crowd,
yeah,
right.
Gotcha.
Cole was kind of hanging with his roommates.
Yeah,
I feel like and I had corny roommates, niggas I wasn't trying to hang out with.
So it's like,
Cole's roommates was like his boys, niggas he's still cool with to this
day.
Yeah. So for me, it was just like, you know, we would see each other in passing, but it was just a mutual respect thing. And once I saw his MySpace and I saw the songs, I DM'd him and I'm like, yo, I'm trying to figure this music shit out too. I'm fucking with this. Like, you know, so anything that you
This is after you left.
I'm gone by this time.
Okay.
So I might have even been like in New York, like living off campus, but not going to school anymore.
Right.
This is when I was
you were still in Queens. You were still in Queens.
Yeah, I was still in Queens,
but just not involved in the campus life as much, or not even like your mindset of what
by this time.
School.
By this time, I think I'm banned from campus.
No, it would happen more often than you think.
But like this is like the process of you like, all right, I'm done with the school shit. I'm trying to get this music shit right.
I'm trying to figure this.
And then now you discover that your man is doing shit.
100%.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
And then and then Eve, obviously, I remember Eve mostly from like parties at school.
All the jump offs.
All the jump offs. He was always with the Queens and Long Island guys.
Yeah.
And then he just kind of came along because it was like, yo, this is my man Eve. You remember Eve? And I was like, yeah, I remember Eve doing all the parties.
Yeah.
And then Adam obviously was there as well. And it was like, you know, we all had a mutual respect for each other because I feel like we never had, as much as I wasn't in the inner circle of their friend group, we were always cool. We always said what's up. So when I did become kind of like a part of that, it wasn't like, oh, well,
it wasn't awkward.
Guy?
It was like
that's Matt. That's Cali Matt. That's what I always call me. Cole to this day still calls me Cali Matt. I don't know why.
I mean, I think I can.
I get why.
No, college names just stick.
He still will call me Cali Matt. Melissa will call me Cali Matt. But and it was just like, you know, I kind of just got adopted the same way he got adopted by the Queens niggas. I kind of just got adopted into the same thing to where it's just like, all right, now Boss is my brother too.
Right.
Yeah. Through the same shit to where it's just like we're always around each other. But it was always just a mutual thing of just like having mutual respect for each other.
Love it. I love that.
And St. John's, because St. John's is such a small campus, everybody knows you. If you know somebody, you know somebody through that person.
Especially if you live on campus.
And especially if you
live
on
it's pretty
campus.
much like just 6 degrees of separation.
Yeah, it's even smaller.
Like he knows somebody, you know somebody. I know you know that person. I know that person. Yeah, we know that person. Boom. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's
super. I mean, they always say it's like high school.
Yeah,
it's St. John. High school, and you're living there.
Yeah.
Okay. And then like with like Cole, like I tell people this story all the time. Like Cole used to, when he came in, he used to tell people, "Yeah, I want to rap," and us being New Yorkers, we're like, everybody, every nigga want to rap, son. Like, everybody got a 16. Everybody got 8 bars somewhere. Right. Like, sure. And then, like, he would rap on campus, like, because they would do ciphers. And we're like, oh, that's nice. And then I would always, once I graduated, I would always see Jermaine and I would always run into each other. Like, I'd run into him at, like, LA Fitness for when we used to do runs at Great Lake Success in Long Island. Or I'd run into him in Roosevelt Fields. And then one day I ran into him. I'm like, yo, what's going on? How's everything? He's like, yeah, you know, I'm still rapping. I'm like, oh, yeah, word. At this time, I think I was about to start working on Warner Music Group. I'm like, oh, I want to introduce you to some people, you know. I'm doing this little mixer thing. He's like, just give me a week or two, and we'll talk. I open up the fucking Source magazine, and it's a fucking widespread of Cole and of Jay-Z and Cole. Jay-Z's brand new artist, Jermaine Cole, J. Cole. I'm like,
Well, wait. Okay, hold on.
I got a funnier story.
All right. Well, you know what? Yeah, because obviously y'all are tapped in way more than I am, and like, I want to make sure that people understand your story.
Yeah.
As we're telling the whole story and the Dreamville story. So I want y'all to just like to bounce off each other.
Yeah, no, it's funny. So you saying that, I had a similar story. So obviously by this time, we're like, not to say working how we work now, but figuring shit out. When I come to the city, I hit them, let them know I'm here, what you got going on, whatever.
Right.
And so this particular trip, I was in the city. I was about to go to Puff Studio to visit my boy Matt, who was his engineer.
And what year is this around?
This is
09, 08,
09.
Okay.
So I'd been working. Had I been working at Universal? No, I'm not at Universal yet.
Yeah, just so like people have bookmarks of like.
Yeah, I'm not at Universal yet. So this is 08. I am flying by the seat of my pants, trying to figure it out. You know, I was managing by this time for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm in town for something, and I call Cole, and I'm like, "Yo, what's poppin'? What you up to?" He's like, super excited. He's like, "Nigga, never gonna believe this." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "I just met with Hove." I'm like, "Word? How'd that shit go?" He's like, "Bro, I think he gonna sign me." I kind of like pulled the phone away from my face.
Because you was laughing?
Not even laughing, but I'm just looking like kind of in the sky.
Shocked, like how?
Yes, I'm thinking how. Like,
Yeah.
Because at first I'm like, is this nigga lying to me? And then I'm just like, but how? Like, how do we get from a couple months ago, you come out to LA and you perform at LMU?
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about, because I guess at that point, some of the conversation was already happening.
I already started.
I found this out later.
Yeah.
And then by the time he got back from LA, that's when it started to really pick up.
Okay.
And that summer he was getting signed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I'm just like, all right, bet, man, let's link up. And he's like, all right, I got to go to the BMI Awards to meet this woman, Ethiopia. And I'm like, okay, well, shit, I'll pull up if you can give me a ticket. And from that point, Cole kind of got me my job at Universal. Not to say that he walked me in, because he didn't know what he was walking into even at the time.
Yeah.
But like, that was where I met Ethiopia and Jill. And just from that, I kept running into them, and then Ethiopia was like, "I keep seeing you everywhere, from Cole, to Hit Boy and Chase, to
so like,
other studios.
like there's something you doing something right.
Yeah,
so
you're in all the rooms I'm in.
Bring
so
your
I
ass
need you
over
to
with
be
us.
here because you're younger than me, and you're super connected and tapped in. But yeah, I definitely remember that time where he was just like, "Yo." It was just like mind-boggling, because I'm just
fucking
like,
surreal.
That's what I want to ask you. Like, when you say you pulled the phone away from you, and it's like you obviously watched him from that journey.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, like I see the potential, I get it, but it's like, wait,
like nah.
Because you know what it is? You know what it is?
Yeah.
There was a point in time, because at this time I'm working at the Boom Boom Room.
Right.
So there was a point in time where I started being more of like a mentee to this guy named Omar Rambert. Omar is Will's best friend. He's been with Will since they were teenagers, and he like executive produces all of Willow and Jaden's music now.
Yeah.
So he walked in the studio one day and he was like, "Ed, I don't know what none of these niggas want to do." He was like, and that's a problem if I don't know what these niggas want to do. Wow. So I raised my hand, like, I want to be an A&R. Like, I'm just trying to figure out how to get to a label.
You shot your shot.
Yeah, and he was like, well, you need to be following me then. And so after that, Omar would just call me every morning, like, yo, I need you to be here. I need you to go pick up Kai. I used to have to pick up Will's nephew from school, bring him to the studio, and then take him back to Will's house.
Yeah.
And at one point he was like, hey, I'm having these conversations with Will.
Wait, hold on real quick. Like, that's such a dope.
Well, don't stop it.
I'm sorry. No, you
do that. No, he's in a flow state right now.
He is.
No, shut up.
Negro just said
I
had
get
to
it.
stop.
All right,
I had to drop his nephew off at Will Smith's house.
We can do that after. It's
crazy.
Bro. It is crazy. No,
it's crazy.
But go ahead. You in your flow state. Go ahead. My fault.
So Omar one day he's like, yo, me and Will been having conversations. We've been thinking about potentially like starting a label, signing artists.
Nice.
So if there's anybody that you fuck with, bring me demos so I can listen to it.
Okay.
I put a CD together, and I made 3 CDs. One was Comeback Season. I just burned the Comeback Season for him. Okay. I was like, I think this kid from Toronto is fucking dope.
That's Drake, just in case y'all don't know.
And then the Come Up also, I gave a copy of the Come Up.
Clearly.
And I don't even remember who the third one was. I think it was like an LA rapper, but I don't even remember now.
Okay.
And it was funny because Omar came back and he was like, I don't fuck with the LA shit, which I knew he wasn't because he's Philadelphia to the core.
Right.
And he was like, I fuck with the Toronto kid.
Okay.
And he was like, I fuck with the other kid. He was like, but and this was the thing that stuck to me. He was like, this is Will Smith though. So if we're signing something, it has to be the level of something that Puff or Jay would sign.
Okay.
And so that shit was like, okay, so he didn't see it. So then when Cole is telling me that, nigga, I just met with Hov and he thinks that he's really about to sign, like they're about to send deal memos back and forth.
And then they didn't see it.
Yeah. And so I think in my mind,
that's ironic.
So and it became really ironic and really full circle when Jaden ended up going on Cole's tour and opening.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. And I got to, and it was a funny moment for me. Obviously, I got to walk up to Omar backstage and be like,
so it was like,
I remember, nigga. You remember that, nigga.
You ain't fuck with it.
So that was
what was his response to it? He was like,
he was just like, man,
you right.
You got it.
Yeah. We all not right. And I was like, of course, bro. I've been wrong. Nobody shoots 100% in this shit.
At all.
So, you know, it's a matter of, you know, he congratulated me. One, it was like, man, it's amazing for y'all to be here. That you still a part of this. So yeah, it was just a good, funny moment to have with my OG.
Yeah.
To where it was just like, remember I told you.
I was trying to tell you.
Right.
I was trying to give you that game before. Yeah, you could have had it.
But I mean, I'm one of those.
Everything happens for a reason.
Everything happens for a reason. You end up where you end up, where God wants you to be. So, you know, I think that everything worked out.
All right, so boom. So Cole, you're there. You become the youngest executive at Universal.
I was
at the time. At the time, youngest publisher at UMPG.
Yeah.
How was that? How was that? How did that come about? And then going into the publishing world is a lot different than just going into a regular record company side. And a lot of people don't realize that because a lot of people don't realize the publishing side is where a lot of the money is at.
I remember when Ethiopia called me one day when I was taking a friend of mine, Sam Hook, to a session.
Yeah.
Sam had called me and he was like, yo, I need a ride to a session. And I was like, I got you, bro.
Yeah.
He called, while I'm getting gas when she calls me. And she's like, Matt, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm taking Sam to a session. She was like, okay, I need to meet with you this week because I think I have a job for you. I'm like, a job? Okay. And then we go and talk, and she's like, yeah, I think I can turn you into a really amazing publisher.
Wow.
And I'm like, publishing? In my mind, I just wanted to be an A&R.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like when you hear publishing, you're probably just like,
what is publishing? Yeah. And then she breaks it down to me, and she's like, look, obviously, the label A&R is the sexy side of it. Yeah. You're going to get all the credit. You get the big corporate card. You get the big salary. Yep. But publishing is where you can really learn the business. And if you're a good publisher, you can be a publisher for the rest of your life.
Yep.
And
there's no expiration date on that.
There's no expiration date on music publishing. Right. And just because the business is so kind of like antiquated and so many people don't take the time to actually learn and understand it. And so when she told me that, I was just like, all ears open then. I'm like, okay, well, bet. Let me figure this out. And then there was also the side of like, hey, you can do publishing A&R and a label A&R. You can do both, but let's focus on turning you into a publisher because I think for her, she was like, I know you can be a label A&R. I know that.
Like, we've seen it. You've already proven it. Like, that's not, that's like,
but you need to learn the intricacies of the business.
Yeah, and then I was, at the same time, I was a kid off the street, essentially. Like, I'm coming in there talking shit, smelling like weed everywhere.
She's trying to weaponize you with all the
She's trying to clean you up a little bit.
She's trying to clean me up, corporatize me to where it's like, listen, be yourself. Yeah. You were never trying to change me, but like understand if this is what it takes to if you really want to do this long term.
And let's get you into more rooms.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. And then you and I both know like publishing side one, people never retire from publishing. No. And those people know everybody.
Yep.
Like I know
he's already proven that from the jump.
Yeah, like
so it was a blessing to be honest. For Cole to invite me to that BMI Awards. And me meet Ethiopia and then continue to run into her for her to be like, this is the person I think I need to hire. Yeah. And also another person I have to shout out, Manny Banks, who used to work at Interscope. Because
I know Manny.
I just wanted to be Manny's assistant because Manny was 50s A&R, all the aftermath shit.
Yep.
And I was just like, and Manny was just super cool. Yeah. Like Manny was not like, he's like a football player turned A&R. He's from New Mexico. He's not the typical like New York or LA A&R guy. So Manny was just super goofy, super cool. And I'm like, I want to be his assistant. But Manny couldn't hire me. And I guess Ethiopia had went to Manny and asked if there was anybody young that he knew And he was like, Money Making Matt. And she was like, why didn't I think of that? Yeah. And that's when she called me after speaking to Manny. So those two definitely saw it in me early. Manny obviously didn't have a spot for me, and then Ethiopia did. Yeah. And I'm grateful for it, because if I would have went straight into A&R at that young of an age, I would have probably burnt out, got super jaded. Yeah. I'd probably be on some fuck the music industry shit.
I was gonna say, like, you probably would have been tainted. It'd probably just been like
100%.
Publishing is way steadier. Yeah. And as unsexy, especially like publishing A&R is, you meet all of the writers. Yep. You meet all producers, all engineers, all the creatives around the artist.
That was coming from the world of like working in the studio, being the runner, and then sitting in and getting the invite to start sitting in on sessions. That was where I craved to be. And it's like publishing. I could be in the studio every day with one of my writers or one of my producers or one of my artists, or I'm just going to pitch songs to an A&R at the studio or at the office. And I just realized the freedom that you actually have as a publisher, because as much as I am worried about my writers that are signed to me, I'm also trying to set up collaborations with other writers at Sony or at Warner or at other smaller publishers. Yeah. And we're trying to get records on an artist on any label. We don't care. Yeah. Like, our job is to build a catalog for these people and for our company. Yeah. If you're working at Sony Records, you're only focused on Sony Records artists. Yeah. Like, you can't sit, like, you can do it, obviously. Like, nobody's, like, policing you, but they might look at you crazy if you're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go hang out with Big Sean at his session. Like, Big Sean, not no Sony artist. So what, are you bringing a Big Sean verse to us? Like, what are we getting out of this?
They're creating boundaries.
Yeah.
Not in this. They don't, like, tell you boundaries. Like, don't go do this.
It's a light. It's an
untold
thing. Like, yo, bro, like, you work at Warner, you work at Interscope, like, this is what you represent. Like, it's not to say that you can't have friends outside and you go fuck with them, but like,
first and foremost, it better be us.
Yeah, but also, like, let's make your friendships work for you. Yeah. So if you do have Big Sean over at Def Jam and that's your man, and you got a Sony artist that needs it, you better bring me a verse if you want to
bring his ass over here. Yeah.
Don't be telling me you're going to hang out with Big Sean and
you're not bringing nothing
back for us to eat off of. Gotcha. So publishing is just like, I can go hang out with whoever, whenever, because it can all turn into a check for all of us if it's the right shit going on. Yeah. So that's what I learned from that. Like, she opened my eyes to the freedom of publishing. And then this is honestly where the money is. Like, obviously, there's money in getting an advance from a record label.
Yeah, of course.
But, like, you're selling records. People are listening to your records on radio. Yeah. Like, that money comes through from mechanical publishing, performance royalty publishing, like that sync publishing,
exactly, which is the side I'm on.
Yeah, like that's where your money is made. And you know, for me, it was like, okay, bet I can weaponize myself and be an even better A&R by understanding the business to a level that most don't.
Yeah. There's so many the trinkets of things that 100%. We're not even looking at on a surface level. Yep. Because there's like everything you just pretty much said. There's a lot of people that don't really understand, like, mechanical A&R and this, that, and the third, the sync and A&R. A lot of people don't understand that, and I think that's important for you. You know, being who you are, even though you're attached to one of the most prominent labels out right now, but it's still important to understand that, hey, how I got here this is the route how I got here.
So we got a little bit of time. Before we go further, I want to stay here. What was the most shocking thing when you did publishing? What was the one thing where it was just like, oh shit, I did not know this.
I didn't realize some of the money that people were making.
What about
no. But
I think that's the most shocking thing.
Expound on that.
So, like, there's this thing that we used to have to do. I don't know if they still do it now, but it was basically like it was called Red Book, and it was a company-wide audit essentially of all of our writers' deals and catalogs, and you're basically going through and saying, is this a good deal right now? Does it look like this is going to be fruitful and we're going to make our money back? Or is this a bad deal? We're probably not going to make any money back here, but what can we do to kind of save it and make it kind of like break even at least?
Gotcha. Yeah.
And in Red Book, so you're going through numbers and you're seeing, and then you're looking and you're like, oh, The Dream made $20 million last quarter. Not last year, last 3 months.
Yeah.
We collected $20 million for him. And I'm like, what? And I think that was the most shocking thing, was seeing some of that and like understanding, when you start to understand the actual like language of the deals and the processes through them, and you're like, yo, there's some real, like, to this day, if people tell me, anybody who tells me there's no money in music right now in 2026, all right, you're a
fucking
fool.
liar.
You're a liar, and you just don't know how to get it.
Clearly, they never heard of the Red Book.
There is a lot of money to be made in all sides of music right now.
I get into arguments with artists all the time where I'm like, yo, there's much more to this life than a top 40 hit. I was like, I tell people, I'm like, I know a writer who works 3 months out the year. Yeah. She makes $400,000 just off a sync. And she's like, I work 4 to 6 months out the year. I take 3 months off to be with my kids for the summertime. And she's like, if in a pinch, she's like, I'm connected enough where I can just go write for an artist. And then I'm right back at it. And then I'm going back on vacation. Yep. And she's like, I tell people all the time to write. And write, produce, do whatever you can. You don't have to be front and center. Yeah.
When you see your favorite lyric on limited edition collectible Sprite and Sprite Zero sugar bottles and cans, it's not just nostalgia. It opens up a bigger conversation about the artists, songs, and moments that help shape the culture. That is what the Sprite Living track list does. It gives you the tracks, the bars, and the deeper meaning behind why they still matter. Explore the full Sprite Living track list through the links in our show notes. Play it, debate it, collect it.
So yeah, I think that was the most shocking thing getting into publishing, was just seeing, and you know, it came true what Ethiopia told me, to where it was like, this is the side where you learn everything about the business. Like, when you're a publisher, you learn every aspect about it. There are A&Rs who've been A&Rs for years, decades even, that couldn't tell you shit about publishing.
Right.
And there's no, it's not
slight,
that bad, but it's just like, it's a different game and it's a different world, and when you understand it, it is an advantage.
The long play of that publishing game is ridiculous.
Yes.
The publishing is lifetime.
Yes.
Until you sell your publishing, but it's lifetime.
Is there anyone, just like how Ethiopia, you know, dealt with you at a young age? Is there someone that you're looking at, or someone that's under you, or someone that's around you that you're like, okay, I know what that looks like because I was that?
Yeah. My young guy, Zach Karsh, who works at Pulse Publishing. So I worked at Pulse for like a year and a half. And I hesitate to call myself a mentor because I'm an asshole.
That's what mentors are. That's what OGs are. That's what they are.
But I think he definitely kind of looks at me that way, and I appreciate that. And that's definitely like my little brother.
Yeah.
In terms of like helping him figure out his way through publishing right now, and whatever else he wants to do. Like, he signed Hollywood Cole to a publishing deal, and he'll say I helped him. I don't think I did. I think I just took a call with him, and you know, Cole knew who I was, but it was just like,
you were like the guardrails for him.
But Zach did that deal, and Zach built that relationship. And
but you also have to give yourself, you know, some kind of credit, because everything that we're talking about right now and everything that you spilled out, that, you know, some things that I didn't even know, and a lot of people didn't know, you probably would have said probably even more to him without you even knowing. You know what I'm saying? So
I've been told I'm a humble monster, and I just don't.
So you got to give yourself a little bit more due diligence. Like, I probably done gave him a lot more game than we're talking about right now.
Yeah, I kind of think of me, I just look at it as a part of it. There were people that did that for me, and I think for me, I just didn't look at it as like, oh, this was my mentor. Looking back on it, I'd look at it like, I really learned a lot from this person, and they were like a mentor to me. But I was just like, I remember when I was young, I was just ripping and running, bro. I wanted to be everywhere at once.
That's all we knew.
That's
all we knew.
How can I get to the most sessions in one night and meet the most people in one night? And, you know, I think Zach has a lot of that in him that I see. And, like, I see a lot of my younger self in Zach. He's hungry. He wants to be at all the sessions. He wants to meet all the producers and writers he can. So, that would be the person that I have. And I want to mentor and help more people. I feel like there aren't enough people that are looking at the business side of music. Like, other than, like, obviously people are like, I manage my friend. But like beyond managing your friend,
there's
are
other routes to working in
dozens
business.
of jobs.
Do you know how to manage your friend? Do you know how to put your other friends in position so that the friend that is the cash cow, how do we utilize and make sure that all right, you know
everybody
how
else
to do the publishing,
has a job.
you got the A&R, you got the publicity, you got the marketing. Like how do we make sure that this person has every tool that you've been learning? You know, especially not sitting alongside, but being alongside Dreamville, learning alongside those guys, but also just being with them from the fucking jump.
So that's what I was gonna say. Let's jump forward. So now Dreamville.
Okay, so 2013, I get fired from Universal, and I proudly say I got fired because I needed to be fired. I needed to learn a lesson.
Was that during the shuffle or was that
it
just
was no shuffle? It was just I'm not going to say I wasn't a good employee, but I wasn't the employee that Ethiopia wanted at the time. Right. And, you know, she had the right and used it to replace me. Yeah. And I've had this conversation with her to her face, and I thanked her for it because it made me kind of like recalibrate and reorganize myself. And then I remember being with Cole at I think it was like a New Year's show. And this was like, it was a New Year's 2012 going into 2013. Okay. And I felt it. It felt weird. And I'm like, I don't know how long this Universal shit gonna go. He's asking me in the club, in the middle of a packed ass club, yo, how's work? And I'm like,
that sounds like something.
Wait, was this sarcastic?
No, we're having a
heart to heart. That sounds like some Cole do.
Yeah, that's totally on brand for him. And then I tell him everything, and I'm like, I don't know how long this shit gonna last. I'm trying to, figure out what's next. And he tells me, he's like, man, you always got a spot over here at Dreamville, bro. Like, you just say a word. And I was like, of course, bro, just, we'll figure that shit out. So then, fast forward, he calls me one day, and he's like, yo, I need you to, it's like 8 in the morning. And he's like, yo, I need you to go look at the studio for me real quick. I'm like, go look at the studio? For what?
Wait, look for a studio or look at a studio?
A studio. Okay. He's like, because I'm about to come out there to work on the album for the summer, but I just need to know if the studio is right, because it's like a house studio.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm like, all right, bet, I'll get up. So I get up, drive to this spot, look at it.
This in L.A.? Or
yeah, this is in L.A.
Okay.
It was in Hollywood.
Gotcha.
Go look at the spot. I'm like, this shit is dope, bro. And he's like, all right, well, bet. I'm going to get it. And then when I get out there, you just come through. Like, I just need help with putting the album together. So this is Forest Hills Drive. Okay. And so then I'm like, he moves in that summer or that spring, actually. And then I'm just there every day. Like,
so when he says, yo, I need help putting this album together, like in what capacity is he asking your help?
I mean, I'd always been a person that sent him beats or connected him to producers. So like the first album, I placed Dollar in a Dream Part 3. Okay. And then I also introduced him to Brian Kidd, which turned into Can't Get Enough. Okay. So then second album, Mo Money, I introduced him to Jake One.
Gotcha.
So I'd always had that. Yeah. So it was just like, yo, it's the next joint. I need you.
He's all right. I need that touch. Okay, gotcha.
Come play me beats, samples, whatever it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Just what I do for him, what I do for anybody, not even just for him. Like, I love just creatively helping a creative. The one it's like, yo, have you even Chase? Like, I don't know if there is a look what you've done if I don't show Chase how to rip a song off of YouTube for him to sample.
I saw that clip. I don't know how long ago that clip was from, but he was explaining how he saw that the piano, how they were at the piano, they're playing it.
He saw a video.
And he was like, I had no MP3 of it. The only way I can get it was ripping that video from that.
We were at Record Plant, and he was trying to record it into the computer. Yeah. And it was just sounding weird. Whatever, I don't know if the board was messed up that day, but it wasn't sounding right. So he was just like, I need to get this song off of YouTube. And I'm just a fucking internet nerd and a computer nerd, so I'm like,
all right, I got you. That's my favorite thing to do.
There was a program called Derpy or some shit like that. Yeah. And I'm like, here, use this.
And got the MP3.
Works perfect. Boom, got the MP3. I don't even think he made the beat at the studio. I think he made the beat later. Yeah. But he just had
what he needed. He had what he needed.
So, but it was just like, because obviously at the time he wasn't making the beat for Drake. He was just making the beat. Yeah. But yeah, it was. Like that's just one of my things. Like from
those are the things that you do. Those are the things that you do for the like, for the right moment and for the right person.
100%. Like I've been in rooms, fucking prime time on Watch the Throne. That comes from me just giving a sample to Common and No ID.
That's you.
Yeah, I'm just sitting in the right because like
no, because like these are the things. No, these are the things. These are the things that when you know somebody for so long, but you know their capabilities, but you don't know how deep the work goes.
They were entrenched.
I didn't know that.
So,
and that's one of my favorite records.
So what happens was this: I was around No ID.
This is gonna be a clip.
I was around No ID a lot when he was working with Sean.
Okay.
So I signed Sean to his publishing deal at Universal from being around all the time.
Gotcha.
And so I'd be at the studio every day, and Common comes in and start working on his album next. And I used to always want to play samples for No ID to just get like, if I could get No ID to take a sample from me, that's like the ultimate approval from a producer. Like, nigga, you got a great ear.
Right.
So I used to just go in there, play samples for him. He used to love it. He would just take shit all the time, not necessarily use it though. But be like, yo, that's dope. Send it to me.
Yeah. Just to have in his library.
Yeah. So one day I'm playing him some shit. Common hears it, and he's like, yo, Dion, flip that for me. Like, I really fuck with that. Like, he's like, okay, bet. So I send it to him, and I don't hear nothing from it for a while.
Okay.
And then one day I'm sitting there at work at Universal, and No ID calls me, and he's like, yo, I got to talk to you about one of them samples you gave me. I'm like, all right, what's up? He's like, remember the sample you gave me that Common wanted? Well, I kind of accidentally played it for Jay-Z at the Watch the Throne sessions, so now they want it for prime time. So we need to get the info of the sample so we can get it cleared. Yeah. So I'm sending them the info, whatever. I don't know if I'll be getting in trouble for saying this, but fuck it, I'm going to say it.
I think the statute of limitations.
The sample was so old that they couldn't find the writer. So they had to get it replayed by Ken Lewis.
So they did an interpolation of it. So,
it worked out. On the legal side, I can talk about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm just talking about like in the sense of like the
creative,
the purity. I don't know if I'm letting this out.
Nah, it's fine.
So I don't know if it was Ken Lewis either. I don't want to mistake it. I don't want to give credit where it's not due, but I think it was.
Right.
But somebody basically had to replay the sample so that they could go ahead and use it because Universal's not letting anything go out with
without clearance. Yeah.
So Dion calls me. He's like, so what do you want? You want, a small piece of publishing? You want a check for it?
Clearly, I know you took the
publishing.
No, I did not.
You took the check?
So listen, greatest mistake in my life. I will tell you it's the greatest mistake in my life.
Oh my God, Matt. I wish you and I were talking.
Here's the thing. So as an employee at Universal Publishing, if my name popped up on the split sheet, I was automatically entered into an admin deal with Universal. I could not negotiate it. I could not ask for an advance. All they did was collect it and pay me, which in the hindsight would have been great. And I'd still be getting checks today. At that time, I was broke. This man was offering me thousands of dollars that I didn't have. To be like,
up front,
right here. Come to my house. I'm gonna give you this check.
Come take this check.
Come to the house. I'm gonna give you this check. If you want the money, come get the money. If you want,
you're not worried about royalties. You're not worried about none of that.
And then also at the time, I'm like, if I did this once, I'm a huge proponent. If I do it once, I can do this shit 100 times again.
Oh, so you're not worried about the one and done. Like, if I did it with these niggas, I can do it with everybody else.
And No ID is like he got ideas, so I can always go back to him.
I always go back.
I got No ID at my fingertips.
Yes, like that's one of my OGs. Yeah, like he's somebody I look at as a mentor. So it's just like, for me it was just like fuck it. Like I wasn't sitting there like, oh my God, I'm trying to get on this album. I was just trying to get my OG to be like, yo, man, I got a dope ear for saying.
Now I got a question.
That's all I wanted.
Question. When you guys are talking points, how much would have been your split on the pub?
It would have been small.
Like 5?
Probably
less than that.
Probably, I think at most out here they're probably giving me 5%.
But it would have still benefited you probably till this day.
No,
yes, because the song would be, especially like in sync, the song would have.
Or I could have sold it.
Yeah.
I could have sold whatever that 3% was or whatever and made a couple $100,000 from that.
But even with No ID calling you and telling you how it played out, I know that had to be like maybe a better feeling than the publishing decision or the points decision, because as you keep saying, I wanted that somewhat approval from from no idea.
Yeah, that's all it was.
I wanted him to take one of my ideas and be like,
That's
yo,
all it was.
Money Making Matt got me this one.
Yeah, that's all it was. I was a person to where it was like, I just wanted, there was people that I looked up to, and it was like, I just want them to know who I am, essentially.
Yeah.
Know my capabilities.
Yeah, and to know my capabilities, know what I'm capable of.
Yeah.
But really at that time, I was just young. I just want niggas to know who I am. Like,
It's just the cred.
I'll prove myself later.
Yeah.
But like, it was just like, let me get myself in the room and then prove to them why I deserve to be in the room.
And it's also like, nigga, I need that bread.
But then it's also it's really like, nah, I want cred. I want my name to be just known. Like niggas know, oh, there goes Matt.
Because to be honest, Lo, like the bread thing, as much as like, Money Making Matt is my name on the internet.
No, like I'm not, but I'm just saying, like in that situation.
Yeah, that's not my.
It's just a moniker, ladies and gentlemen.
Listen,
that's not your ideology.
I stole shit from Paid in Full, bro. I was watching Paid in Full the night before.
Money Making Mitch.
Money Making Mitch. I'm like, my name starts with an M. I was not thinking of like this is going to be a lifelong moniker that I'm going to live with, which I now have to. But you know it does fit. It's not like I'm sitting here not making money.
Nigga, you are making money.
You're doing pretty well for yourself.
I'm all right, you know. But I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to like. My biggest thing is like if I can be creative and I do reap the benefits of that, as long with
I'm gonna keep doing it.
My other people reaping the benefits, I'm cool. I've never been a selfish person. I've never been a person where it's like I need to be making the most. I don't give a fuck about that. I want my team to win.
And again, you know, oh God, I wish we could sit here for.
We got a little bit of time. We got.
We can do a part two. Fuck that.
Yeah, we can.
We can do a part two.
We can do a part. We definitely do a part two. I just real quick. So, in your position now, what new artists are you looking at? Who are you listening to? Who's in your Serato, so to speak?
I would be remiss if I didn't mention the artist that I signed at Warner Records, Jamin.
Okay.
Amazing R&B artist from Seattle.
I know. I licensed a song from him for a commercial. Yeah.
So he's super talented, super amazing songwriter, amazing artist. You will be seeing and hearing more from him for sure. To be honest, and this is gonna feel like, oh, he's saying this because of he's Dreamville. It's not why I'm saying this.
Even if he was,
so what? Eat a dick, whatever. Sorry. I'm aggressive New Yorker. No, this is New York.
PJ and PFG who are on the tour with Cole.
Yeah.
Like they're amazing.
PFG,
that project.
Yeah, that project.
I called Cole that morning.
That project.
I didn't know it was coming out. I had no expectation. I saw it came out. I was about to walk to Starbucks. I said, I'm gonna listen to this. I don't listen to music while I'm walking to Starbucks. Typically, I call people and I'll have my morning conversation.
Powwows and all that.
So I'm gonna listen to this shit. Listen to it. I think I get 2 Starbucks and I'm like, shit is good.
Yeah.
And I walk back listening to it and I get like a majority of a way through. I think I listen like 75% of it.
Yeah.
And I immediately call Cole. And he picks up, which is super rare at this point in his life. And he's like, "Oh, what's up?" And I'm like, "Man, I ain't even calling you for nothing, really, but I'm listening to this project, and it reminded me of like listening to an early 50 Cent tape.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like not Get Rich or Die Trying 50 Cent.
Like Power Dollar.
Like Power of the Dollar.
No Fear, No Mercy.
Yes.
Guess
Who's Back.
Yeah.
It felt like that's where I was like, yo, I believe everything he's saying.
Yeah.
And he's saying it in a very catchy but simple way. He's not trying to over rap niggas. And I think the minimalist style of the beats even fit it even better. Where it's like I'm focusing on what he's saying.
That's literally that's literally 50.
Yeah, it's literally 50's whole thing. And I mean, I know that because I was 50's publisher.
There it is.
So it's like I know the thought process.
Yeah.
And when I listen to it, I'm like, oh, this is what I'm hearing. What I heard when I was a fan listening to early 50. Not even when I knew him. We were working on projects together. It was just like, just as a fan, that's what
buying mixtapes and all that.
Like, who is this? What's this about? Where is this coming from?
So I think there's definitely something to be seen with him. I think PJ is amazing. I've known PJ for a very, very long time, actually. I met PJ through an old client of mine, probably in like 08, 09.
Beautiful.
So to see her to go from like, she's had deals before at Atlantic, and to see her kind of like get another chance at it and a resurgence, and to have it be with Cole and somebody that really is taking the time to like really feed into her, I think that's amazing, and I think she deserves it, and I think that like we're gonna see a lot from her. Like, I don't know if anybody has heard like her record with Common, but that shit is amazing. Like, she has a really good catalog already. So yeah, I'm excited about those two as well. There's an artist from LA that I haven't even met yet. I'm gonna fuck his name up. It's like BTZ Janky or something like that.
BTZ Janky.
But he makes the most amazing, like, and I get it. It's for 17-year-olds in LA.
Okay.
18-year-olds in LA. It's for young niggas in LA.
Yeah.
But it's dope and it's good. And I've been fucking with it recently.
How could you
how would you describe it?
Let's go back to the blogger. Like, if you could pin it, if you could like mirror it with someone like back there.
Early YG shit, but polished.
Okay.
Like,
all right.
I remember being around YG in the beginning, and it was not polished. I don't know if you go listen to Tootie. His voice sounds terrible. I love you, YG, but you know this is true.
That's what artist development and progression is. That's what it's for. Like, that's fine.
But I would say it reminds me of that. It reminds me of what YG and Push's Inc., what they were doing when that was like the label and the crew. Yeah. It reminds me of that because he got some young niggas too who be kind of like turned up with him and they got some songs together. But he's the one that caught my attention. I'm so sorry I fucked up your name too, G, but you dope.
It's at least somebody saying your name. That's the biggest thing.
But you want somebody to say it right.
Yeah, you want somebody to say it right, but you still want somebody to say it.
Yeah. And then another one, producers, that you're like, I love this.
Producers, this kid from the Northeast. I don't want to say Vermont, Maine, or whatever, because all that shit is jumbled up. Yeah. But his name is AX. He's super dope. He actually just did Jamin's single "Proud."
Okay.
He also has some stuff on Wale the Sensei's mixtape. Yeah. And coming out with Wale as well. He's super, super dope. There's this kid I haven't even met him. We spoke on the phone, and I sent him to the sessions that we were doing at the arena, basically, for all these shows. His name is K6, but he is the producer of Boss Man D-Lo's Motion Party.
Which is a heater.
Heater.
Just a fucking heater.
He is a authentic country-bred Asian man from, I don't know if he's from Atlanta or not, but when you hear his voice, oh my God, it's amazing. And he is just a ball of energy. Like, I'm sitting at home. I'm in LA. Yeah. I send the kid to the studio, and all the time my phone's blowing up like, yo, who's this Asian kid you sent to the studio? He crazy. Him and Boss been freestyling for 3 hours.
He raps? He raps too?
I don't know if he nigga raps. I thought the nigga was a producer. I think the nigga just got drunk and started freestyling with me, and they loved it. Yeah. And then they're like, yo, his energy is amazing. Then they call me back. They're like, yo, this mug got drunk and somebody got to drive him home. but they love him so much. They're like,
they love his energy, right?
They love his energy. I think to us, like, that was one of the things, even when we did Revenge of the Dreamers 3, at one point, I was so tapped out. I was like, I'm leaving.
It was too much. Because we got a little inside perspective of what those sessions look like.
It was.
So I know you were just overstimulated.
Over 10 days, I got 30 hours of sleep.
Jesus.
Do that math.
Yeah.
And I remember almost leaving, but the reason I stayed for the entire time was because Buddy and Guap Dad. Because they had so much energy every day in the studio.
Guap Dad, I love Guap Dad.
I was going to go home, I was going to have real FOMO. Yeah. If I'd known these niggas are still in the studio doing crazy wild shit, having fun with my boys, and I'm not there.
I'm not there to help facilitate or do what I do.
I'm staying. It's cool. I'll stay. I'll figure this shit out.
I'll recover from sleep later.
The K6 brought when they had the sessions in Atlanta last week or so. It was just like, yo, and that's how people like Boss. He loves to fucking create in those type of environments and build off of people's energy. Yeah.
Shout out to Queens. Shout out to Queens.
So I think that K6 is a dope one. There's so many fucking producers
and here's the thing I wanted to say before we get out of here, because just when we were talking about your story about you finding your way to SAE and to the Boom Boom Room, like to those environments, it seems like you obviously you've caught your second win, but there's a joyfulness about you talking about the K6s and the Jamais, and you just actually being able to just ramble shit off your head, like, all right, this nigga's nice, and your young guy that you got under you, that he's signing, Hollywood Cole and this, that, and the third. I think that's more respectful, because it's like, knowing where you come from, you still have that where it's like, nah, this shit is still fucking dope.
Yeah.
Shit is fun.
This shit is still fun.
I struggle with it, though. There are days, especially
There's days for all of
us.
us.
Especially in LA where I'm just like, I got to deal with this shit still. And, but, like, it does feel good when I get to come back and be around my brothers and to feel that energy of, like, oh, my goodness. Because it's still amazing to just be here, to, like, because we didn't have to.
Yeah.
Like, it could have gone so many different ways for so many of us.
Everybody could have had an office job at this point.
Yeah. So it's just like, it's still amazing for that. And that's what gives me the second win, to be honest. Because, like, nigga, Monday through Friday, fuck this shit. That's what I be on. Like,
Friday through Sunday, like, nigga, I got my energy back.
Then, like, it's not even Friday through Sunday, but it's just, like, getting me to a point of, like, just being creative, and I don't have to deal with, like, the rigmarole of going through contracts and
being in the office,
just
like,
it's like
all
this
phone
shit
calls,
is a drag.
meeting.
I got into this shit to be in the studio every day.
To have fun.
Granted,
to lose sleep.
I know to be an executive, I have to do both sides. Of course. And I'm completely fine with that. But I got into this shit to be in the studio. Like, that's, to this day, I have my own studio, and I keep having my own studio in LA because it's just like, I need a space, like,
just to be there,
just to be there, like,
without nobody knowing. I want to hide away from somebody.
I just need to be in an environment when people come meet with me. I'd rather have a meeting there where they can play me stuff than being at my house or going to Starbucks or some shit. It's like, yo, come to the studio. And then if some of my clients do need to use the studio, yes, it's there for that. But I just be needing it. I need my own space. I just need to be, you know, have a community where people can come through and be creative, because that is the shit that gets my gears going. Is creativity.
And it's like, even like with your own space, it may not even be a need for a creative. It may not even be a need for a meeting. It may not even be a need to meet a new artist. It may just be a need to just sit. Yo, I just want to sit and exist. Yo, let's get a bottle. Let's order some food. All right, yo, the game's on. Whatever the case is.
Me and Hip Hop share a studio together. So we have a studio together in LA.
That makes sense.
Some of the times we're just there watching basketball,
coexisting,
ordering food,
just talking shit.
I'm smoking because he's sober now, and I'm just like, hey, this is it.
Like, look at us.
We'll go home in 2 hours.
Yeah, like, nigga, I'm not saying nothing to you. Like, we might say like 5 or 10 words to each other in 3 hours.
Or we're not even talking about music.
We'll
be talking. We can be talking about life shit. We can talk about shit we watching on TV right now. Like, it's just so many
movies,
things.
some whatever. Just away from the shit that we deal with.
And
every
then there are the moments where I get to be a fan and ask the person that made me want to become an A&R, what was this like? What was it when you was doing it? Like, so there's still, like, I have those moments where I still have that. There's the moments where, like, yo, I need some real A&R help. Like, what should I do with this? Or how should I approach this situation? So, but it's just like, I just need the community and the space to be creative, and that's what kind of keeps that shit going for me.
And because, like, I'm still to tell you the truth, like, I'm kind of entering that A&R thing for myself, because I've A&R'd a couple artists over the last couple of years. So I want to ask you, do you tap into, like, who do you tap into, like, aside from hip hop? Are there A&Rs you go to? Like, are there specific A&Rs you go to that?
Is there like an A&R group chat?
Yeah, or like just like a list of people.
Okay, if there's an A&R group chat, I'm clearly not in it. And most of them niggas probably don't fuck with me, so I'll never be in it.
It is what it is. Oh well.
But no, there's definitely like me and obviously he's a producer as well, but I clearly look at him as an A&R, and he has the mindset of one as well. Me and Don Cannon talk 5 times a week.
And we just had Cannon on a couple weeks ago.
Like, so me and Cannon are legitimately, like, that's one of the people I call when I'm on my morning walk to get coffee.
Nice.
Like, Cannon is one of the, let me see if he's going to answer the phone.
Yeah.
Lake is another one where obviously Cannon and Lake work together. Yeah. My boy Sterling Sims, who's at Sony Publishing now, who was also an artist who I signed
during the blog.
I signed him to his publishing deal. And so Sterling is now an A&R at Sony Music Publishing. Wow. So yeah, I talk to Sterling all the time. He's been sending people for some of these sessions we've been doing on the road. Yeah. So like, yeah, there's a community of A&Rs that I use, of people that I respect.
And that's important. That's important.
Yeah,
that's very important.
For sure.
That's very important.
I know we're short on time now, but so what brings you to New York?
Here for the shows, man. Here to see Cole.
Cole. Yeah, that guy.
Here to see Cole shows. Barclays tonight, tomorrow. Madison Square on Sunday, Tuesday, you know. I'm just here to support. I'm going to go to Boston this is the time where I get to not work. Luckily, you know what I mean?
Like you said, be a fan.
Yeah, I get to be a fan. I get to be a brother and just hang out.
Watch my boys.
Yeah, that's it. And then if they need anything, I will. I am that person.
Yo,
too,
you're right there. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yo, I need somebody to go run this here. Give it to me. I'll go do it.
I got you.
Like, because I'm not just.
That's
gonna
family.
Be
Yeah, that's family.
Hands and feet, not doing nothing around. I can help. So yeah, like I'm gonna be there for the next couple of days. Be on tour. Then I'm gonna head back to LA. I got the things to handle. But I'm kind of jumping on and off this tour with Cole. I mean, obviously. For now, it's the last one for the foreseeable future. I don't want to predict nothing.
For now.
Rappers
are like wrestlers. They all retire and then they come back.
That's true too, but like I'm just not gonna predict anything Jermaine is gonna do. I'd have never predicted none of this basketball shit. Yeah. So like I don't know what my homie's gonna do.
You mean the side quest?
Yeah, I'm just here for the ride, bro. Like straight up, I gotta see.
And that ride's been very, very entertaining to watch.
Yes, it's been a blast. I would not change any of it.
There it is.
To be honest, I love all of the people that are on the ride with us. Is even the people that are new and that have joined, you know what I mean, from the day ones to the day zeros now. But like I think that, you know, it's just a blessing to just be able to have that community and to see the success level of it and to all be successful around it. It's not just Jermaine and Eve. It's like there's different facets of it. Some people are successful within the Dreamville world, and there's some people that are successful completely separate. But they're still our family, and they're still a part of this shit, and they still support us every opportunity they get. So that's the best part about that shit, bro. Like, I'm gonna probably watch this show one good time, and then the rest of the time I'm gonna be with my family. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to see the show a million times. It's the same show.
You didn't see it. You didn't see it. It's just a little bit more things added to it. But you didn't see it.
To me, tours like a traveling family reunion with a little bit of work included every night.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's just like I'm there to help my boys, help my people out, whatever they need from me. Obviously, like this ain't the studio where I really get to work and get to figuring shit out and helping guys, but. Shit, you need me to go fucking run and get you a pack of T-shirts? I got you.
I'm gonna do it. After all the shit we've been through, cool. You need some Hanes white tees?
We haven't done this part in a while, but we'll end it with this before you go into your end. If you can look into that camera right over there.
Yep.
If you could talk to younger you or any young aspiring A&Rs, what piece of advice would you give them?
No. Just talk to younger you.
Or talk to younger you and what would you...
I want to hear that.
Younger you is like, I got to be too honest.
Don't fuck that bitch.
That's the whole point.
Delete the cookies.
If I was talking to younger me, I would say, man, this is going to be... I'm not trying to bandwagon LeBron on his trip to Philadelphia, but trust the process. There was times where I would try to force things, and I would try to force my way into situations, or wondering why certain things weren't happening for me and happening for others.
Right.
And the thing is, just trust the process. Trust that you're doing the right things. You have, friends that care and love about you, and just continue that. So I think there was times where I've always struggled with like, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing this for the right reason?
There's a lot of questions that you had.
100%, because I'm not talent. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm replaceable a lot of times, and it's like
at any given moment.
At any given moment, and certain people you work with, like obviously, like Cole is a friend turned family now at this point. Like people like Chase is that, but like some of these people are just here for a season. Not a reason. So I think it's knowing that. And it's just like, trust the process. Because there was also times where it's like getting fired. Where it's like, damn, am I going to ever get a job again? And it's like, yeah, bro, you're going to get a job again. Like, like of course you are. Right. Like, what else would you do?
Like, you ain't kill nobody. Like, you're not.
And then, like, I think I watched R&B Money podcast. And I feel like an asshole for not remembering this
Shout
guy's
Tank
name.
for that.
Shout out to Tank.
Tank and Jay Valentine.
Jay Valentine too,
They had a legendary A&R on there who had been fired 5-6 times. And I was like, I think I'm on 3 right now. I've been fired 3 times. So she's like, hey, I got to catch up to him now. I need to get 2 more times.
and look where you are. And look where you are.
Yeah, so, it's just a matter of just like, trust the process. Trust yourself.
Yeah.
I think I would tell my younger self to trust myself more.
Gotcha.
Because a lot of times people would tell me to do things, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. And it's just like, bro, just do it. Figure it out.
I got
Find out.
I got that same Achilles heel.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I want to do that. Like, I ain't comfortable with that. Like, nigga, just do it. Like, the worst thing that's going to happen is, like, someone's going to tell you no or you're going to fail. All right, bet.
Yeah.
Get right back up and let's figure it out.
That's the worst thing that's going to happen. You're going to be in the same place that you're in now.
Yeah, no, clearly.
If it doesn't happen.
Yeah,
so,
clearly.
So what's up? Like,
yeah.
So, yeah, I would say that.
Yeah. All right, so this is episode 20. You know, I'm glad that we got to do this.
Yes.
I'm glad that, you know.
Very glad. I want to do a part 2.
No, because
we
we got there's a lot of other shit we got to talk about. Not money making Matt.
Yeah.
Matt is in the building. Matt has given us a nice little blueprint to his journey, to his career, and we still got a lot more to talk about. But you know, he's in town for his brothers taking over the arenas in New York City.
It's a St. John's weekend.
It's a St. John's reunion.
It's definitely a St. John's reunion.
So Matt, let them know where they can find you. Social media, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram.
It's all the same. Money making Matt.
Yeah.
MySpace.
Making is MAKIN, but yeah, it's all the same. I don't differentiate.
You haven't changed this since you.
I just don't post anymore. You only catch me posting stories.
This is that you know, that's why my blood pressure's been kind of down, because I haven't seen you post a lot. Because when I would see this nigga, like when I would see him mention Money Making Matt and mentioned you, I'm like, oh fuck, where is this gonna go? I'm like, oh. But
I just love giving you shit about your opinion.
Yeah, that's it. But that's where our love for each other, because like it never stopped.
But it's a respectful thing. Like I love the fact that you are opinionated enough and that you want to put it out there. You want people to know how you feel about something in a respectful way.
Yeah.
I love that about you.
Yeah.
I feel like the people that did that, the best of that era, were you, Kaz, to where it's just like, and that
B-Dot,
to where it shows why you guys were able to transcend past internet blogging. You know what I mean? So I love that for y'all. And trust me, I give Cash just as much hell as I give you. So y'all and this is, I give New Yorkers hell. Period.
We see that. But yeah, like it's just a funny thing that we're doing this about 15, 20 years later.
Yeah. I love it.
And just to watch what you've done, and just to hear the stories that I didn't know about. The respect has climbed even higher than I already had for you. So please, everybody give a warm round of applause for my guy, Matt.
Thank you.
We're going to do part 2 right here on the You Heard That New podcast. Josh, let them know where they can find you at, obviously.
Airtight JC, HEIRTIGHTJC on all platforms. Yeah.
And they say, yo, if we make it to episode 20, we're part of that 1% now?
21, right?
21? All right, so we got one more to go. And I think our next guest is here, so we're going to get that rocking. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Like, subscribe, and comment. We are here. We're not going nowhere. We got plenty more guests. And we're doing part 2 with my guy, Matt.
Yes, we definitely doing part 2.
This is You Heard That New podcast. You can find me, LowKey UHTN, on any and all platforms. And follow me on Rap Life Review on Apple Music every Wednesday on YouTube.
A lot.
More than me now. No, I'm just, okay. We'll see y'all niggas next week, next episode. We out.
Peace.